But like, so I lived with my girl roommate years and years back in like a very old-timey apartment. And it, like, I mean old, like this whole neighborhood was built literally in the 1800s, like early 1800s, or 1800s. Fuzz, hello. Welcome in. Not The Conjuring, dude, The Conjuring is scary. That house is scary. But it was an apartment that was split into 4 different sections. So there was 2 on the bottom and 2 complexes on the top, and me and her lived on the top one. So you had to like go through a center area, but then walk up the stairs to get to our place. And at the time I had a different dog. It was like a mutual shared dog, essentially. And she decided she wanted to pick up violin lessons. So she didn't want to buy a brand new violin. She decided to rent one, like an old one from a place. And I mean, I definitely got, like, that apartment scared me. It did scare me, but it wasn't like something happened in there for me to be scared of it. It was like a feeling until this moment. And then I was like, something is weird, right? There's something that's not right here. But so she started learning how to play violin, or trying to. And one day I came home from work and I picked up my mail and had a bunch of her mail too. And so I'm like walking up the stairs, or, oh, actually, no, we need to rewind. I grabbed the mail from the mailbox. I can hear the violin, okay? I can hear it. And it's not like, oh, really good violin music. It was like bad. It was the fucking worst violin music I have ever heard in my life. Like screeching. Like if someone was like playing, like they're someone learning how to play the violin, right? And immediately I'm like, oh, she's trying to practice learning the violin. You can hear it outside of the building. So naturally, I didn't question that. I was like, okay, she's home. So I'm walking up the stairs into the apartment. And it's still going, mind you. The dog did not actually come down the stairs to greet me like he usually does. This is not Luca, it's a different dog. And I'm like walking up the stairs and I'm like, oh, you know, calling her name. Like, I have your mail, no answer. But I can still hear the violin going, like, in her room. So I walk around the corner and I look in my room and the dog is on the bed, okay? He had not moved. He finally gets up and is like, oh, hi, but like he was not moving, right? Which I was like, oh, that's weird. He usually greets me, whatever. I'm still calling her name, no response. I was like, I have your mail, no response. It's still going. And then I walk down the hall and I get to her bedroom door and it's like slightly ajar. And the way her room was laid out is like she had her bedroom and then off to the side was like a little mini room that she had. Almost like she had a closet that was big enough to hang out in. Okay, so it was like another living space that she had. So like I go to the door and I'm like, hey, you know, I got your mail, and no response. I start to open the door and the violin stops. It just stops. I'm like, hey, I've got your mail again, because I'm like, okay, clearly she's in there, because it was really fucking loud. It was really loud. I open the door, she's not in her room, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. She must be in this little side room. So I walk in to the side room, and she is not in there, and the violin is in its case, open. It's just in its case, like literally in the case, tucked in there, but the top is open. No one was home. No one was there. The violin just stopped. There was no sound, nothing. And I am not making this shit up. I sat for a long time trying to figure out, you know, what could it have been, a neighbor playing why? It doesn't make any sense, because I never heard the violin again. I never heard that sound again. I don't even think she fucking touched it, because she gave up on trying to learn how to play it early on. And like, I don't, there's no reasoning for it. Why would I be able to hear other neighbors doing it